What's going on, guys? I'm Alan. Welcome back to our DIY playground build. Let's take a look at what we're going to be doing today. The main project of today is going to be to get the tops of these posts all cut off at exactly the same level. And if you remember in the last video, but just in case you didn't watch it, this is the lowest one. So we're going to cut them all off at the exact same height as that one. And these are all kind of, different heights. So you're going to have to take a couple inches off of that one, a few inches off of this one, and a few inches off of that one. I'm going to use, this is probably not a good idea, but I don't really have a good saw to do this with. So I'm going to use the new DeWalt 20-volt jigsaw. I just got the biggest wood blade that I could find. And we're going to have to cut on both sides because that blade is not long enough to cut all the way through it. So I'll kind of clamp like a guide to this. That way I'll make sure my cut is as straight as I can get it. So I'll clamp a guide on this side and also on this side. And we'll have to cut, from this side and the other side in order to cut all the way through it. I do have a handsaw. I could use that, that would go all the way through it, but that just seems like a lot of work. I was reading some people use a skill saw to cut the tops of these off, but even with a skill saw, that blade won't get all the way through it. You gotta go around all the sides. So we're gonna use a skill saw, take two cuts. We'll cut that one, or not a skill saw, jigsaw, and then we'll do the same thing on this one and this one. We'll see how it goes. This will be a little bit of trial and error. So we're gonna do that first, and then the next step, if we get that done, is going to be to put up some bracing. So we're going to put a brace between here and here running across this way. We're going to have another post that goes up right here that'll be level with those. And we're going to have a post around in here and another one around in here. It's going to be openings for where the slide's going to go. We did make one design change. Instead of putting the ladder on the back over there, we're actually going to put the ladder off of this side. So another thing we'll do today if we get to it is put a post here and here on either side of that ladder. We'll see how far we get. If we get that done, we may put a little handrail across the tops of all of these, kind of start getting this thing boxed in. But once we get all the posts, we can go ahead and do some decking, so we'll probably do the decking in the next video. All right, let's get to it. Okay, so I got these cut off with the jigsaw. That was not easy. The jigsaw did not want to cut through that very easily. A skill saw definitely would have worked better, but it was still faster than hand sawing, I think. So I think I did pretty good on this one and this one. That one I kind of gnarled up pretty good. I'm going to take a, as you guys can see there, I'm going to take a belt sander to the top of those anyway, so hopefully we can kind of sand that out, smooth it out a little bit. These are going to have handrails across the top of them, so it doesn't necessarily matter that they're perfectly smooth on top because there's going to be a board screwed right to the top of them anyway. So I'm going to put a level across these, kind of see how level we are, and then sand them down just a little bit, just to make them a little bit cleaner at the top. All right, let's go ahead and do that. I got all the posts cut off and went ahead and sanded them at the top, so they're pretty level and relatively straight. Next step, we're going to put a brace between here and here. It's going to be used for kind of a partial post that'll go up here, and then we'll have the swing set beam coming across the top of it that way. And we'll get our other posts set up here for kind of the handrails. All right, let's go ahead and get started on that. So that's going to be the post for the swing set beam. So that's how come it's a little bit shorter than the other ones, because it's going to have a beam sitting across the top of it that'll be about 5.5 inches thick. So once that's sitting there, it'll be at the same height as these, and we'll be able to run a handrail across the top. And then as far as bracing, I probably overdid it on the screws there, but want to be sure this didn't come down. So I stuck part of a 4x4 just under there, just so this can kind of have something to set on, be a little bit stronger than just screws holding it there. So yeah, 4x4 brace under there, and then the post running up there. I had to stop for just a minute to charge my battery, but just to show you guys what I got done today. So I put in these other two posts as well, and these are going to be basically the openings for the slide. So there'll be like, you know, a little handrail here, a little handrail there. Then this will be the opening where the slide comes out. Again, that post is for the swing set beam to sit on top of, so that's why that one's a little bit shorter. And we may put some sort of like metal bar across the top of this. You know, some swing or some slides have that bar across the top to kind of hang on to. We may do one of those if we can figure out a good way to do that. I didn't get this. I was hoping to get a post over here and another one there for the opening for the ladder. We didn't get that far, but next week, whenever I work on this again, or maybe later this week, I'll try to get those two posts up there. This thing's going to be probably way stronger than it needs to be, just for a toddler to play on. But at least this way, if I want to come out here and play on it, I can. And I think the slide holds up to 250 pounds, so I should be able to use it as well. Well guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully you're enjoying this series. I'm having a lot of fun building it. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.